Hi there, this is Chris Garvin, founder of Brilliantopia.com and creator of the Bridge to Brilliantopia. Now you may be asking, what is Brilliantopia? Well, Brilliantopia is right here. It is a place where you can be the best that you can be. It's a place where you are brilliant. It looks different for each of us. We each have our own Brilliantopia, but the path to get there is very similar for all of us. In my journey to learn to become a writer, uh, I've had to figure out how to bridge the chasm between where I am and where I want to go, and to get out the great stories and the great ideas that have been swirling inside me for a long time, but there seem to have been blocks keeping them out. I'd like to share with you my path, the things that I have learned, and the things that you can do, the way that you can bridge that gap. It all starts by looking at what, for me anyway, was the least expected place. That is, my greatest weaknesses, the persistent problems that bother me. The first thing that you have to do in order to achieve your potential and in order to discover your path to Brilliantopia is to figure out what it is that keeps happening over and over and stopping you from becoming and doing what you are supposed to become and supposed to do. I'm going to choose the one that has kept me from actually making more videos like this. And this is the first time I've ever done it. We're doing it live. And I'm going to show you how I go through the process of first bridging this gap. The first thing we have to do is discover what the issue is. Procrastination. There we go. That's the one I'm going to deal with. First thing with this that you need to do is ask yourself, why do I procrastinate? For me, a big one is fear. Fear of what? Fear of lots of different things. Fear of success, fear of failure, fear of not being good enough, fear of, people criticizing my work, fear of not being able to support my family. There are a lot of things to fear when it comes to procrastination. Another reason that I procrastinate, doubt. Not believing in myself, not believing in my abilities or my capacity. If you don't believe in yourself, you just can't get anywhere. Another reason that I procrastinate, and again, I'm doing this on the fly, quite honestly, laziness. Laziness steps in, and I'm sure that's probably something that I could create a whole new bubble on. Another one is comfort. And here I'm talking about our comfort zone. My comfort zone has not been putting myself out there, rather it has been receding or pulling myself in rather than taking risks, trying to do the things that are safe. So the next step then, after we identify some of these, and I'm sure there are a lot more, the next step is to look for patterns. And I see two very interesting patterns right here. Fear and doubt are very much linked, as well as laziness and comfort. The next thing is, what is the gift underneath here? We each have gifts. We each have things that are great about us, things that were given to us when we were little, when we were born. We were born with these things, the ability to love, the ability to trust, the ability to forgive. You look at a child and you see all these wonderful gifts, all these wonderful capacities and attributes that they have. We grow out of a lot of them. But it's not that we grow out of them, it's that we cover them up. And so I've been covering up something underneath here, or maybe multiple somethings underneath here that are really powerful gifts. I just can't see them. So with fear and doubt, it has to do with desire. I have a yearning to serve and to help people. And then doubting my abilities to fulfill that great desire with laziness and comfort. This is interesting. I believe I have a gift to be bold. I just had some pretty cool revelations about myself tonight. So thanks for being part of that. Now, once we have found these gifts, what do we do? I believe that there are 5 steps, 5 things that we need to do in order to build this bridge between where we are right here at this chasm, looking across, thinking, how on earth are we going to do this? First, we need to build 4 pillars. The first pillar is to believe. You've got to believe in yourself. You've got to believe that these gifts that you have just found are real. You got to choose to believe. The next thing you need to do is act. Do something about it. But you got to act. You have to put this belief into action, otherwise it becomes dormant. Faith is a principle of action. You have to act. The next thing you need to do is to create something. We have not only the capacity to create, we have the obligation to create. You got to create. Feel alive. You're dying if you're not creating. The next pillar, learn. Now, why would I put learn at the end of all of this? Action is a very important part of your learning process. Once you have some experience under your belt, you start reading what other people say about it. You learn more because you have greater context for the things that they're teaching you. So learn, engage in the process of learning. But as you can see, we have pillars, but we can't quite get across there yet. There is one more aspect to this bridge that we have to have in place in order for it to really be effective and get us to the promised land up there, to Brilliantopia. Service. We have to serve. Thinking about only ourselves will create very minimal results in our life. You might write a wonderful book, you might do a beautiful painting, but if you do it only for yourself, I would say that it's not fulfilling its potential, whatever that creation is. We need to serve, to create a lifestyle that includes service. And when you create it so that someone else can benefit and enjoy. When you learn, include learning how to help other people and to improve yourself so that you can be a better servant of all. By doing these things, we create our beautiful bridge that helps us cross that chasm and go all the way up to Brilliantopia. But I have a caution for you there. It's a wonderful place, and you're going to find yourself ecstatic to be there. The first time you cross over that bridge and get to Brilliantopia. Wonderful experience. But you're not a permanent resident yet. You still have things that you need to do. In fact, before you can take up permanent residency in Brilliantopia, you're going to have to go through this process many, many times. It's almost like Jack and Jill. They fall down the hill, got to find their way back up to Brilliantopia. And every time you come to this chasm, you're going to find that the bridge is gone, and you have to recreate the bridge. So you start out by looking at your persistent problems again. You start out by finding your gifts, and then you look to apply those gifts by believing them, acting upon what you have learned about yourself, going out and creating something, engaging continuously and additionally in the process of learning, and then serving with greater capacity based on all of these gifts that you are finding about yourself. You do these things, and you'll find that at some point there will be a permanent room for you in Brilliantopia. Your room will be all set up, and it'll just be a wonderful place for you to be. And it'll be a place to invite others, a place to share the wonderful gifts that you have been given, and to not just live the life of your dreams, but embody your dreams. So I hope that this has been as good experience for you as it has been for me. I invite you to take these steps and apply them. There's a lot more on my website. Go to Brilliantopia.com. It's Brilliantopia.com with 1 T for more information, for more great stuff, and we'll see you very, very soon.